By the spring of 1945, the P-51 Mustang had done more than win air battles. It had erased the Luftwaffe's ability to even contest the skies. But if the Mustang was the long-range hunter, then its most frequent prey, and at times its deadliest predator, was the Messerschmitt Bf 109. No other German fighter is spoken of with such familiarity. The Bf 109 was there from the very beginning, dueling over Spain in 1937, sweeping the skies of Poland and France in 1939 and 1940, and clashing head-on with the RAF during the Battle of Britain. By the time the Mustang entered the war in large numbers, the Bf 109 had already become the backbone of German air defense. On paper, the contest looked even. Both fighters could exceed 400 miles per hour. Both could climb rapidly into intercept positions. Both carried enough firepower to shred bombers and fighters alike. Yet their philosophies of design could not have been more different. The Mustang was built for reach. The Bf 109 was built for the climb. And in that contrast lay the foundation for one of the most legendary duels in aviation history. The Mustang and the Bf 109 were separated not just by nationality, but by philosophy. The Bf 109 was conceived in the mid-1930s as a lightweight interceptor, small, compact, and designed to climb rapidly to meet intruders. Its narrow landing gear and cramped cockpit were the price of an airframe optimized for speed and agility at medium altitude. By contrast, the Mustang was a late-war thoroughbred, shaped by the lessons of global conflict. Its laminar flow wing and powerful Merlin engine gave it speed and efficiency that no earlier design could match. When matched head-to-head, the numbers tell the story. A P-51D could reach 407 R, but a Bf 109K4 could push to 440 under ideal conditions. The German fighter's climb rate exceeded 4,500 feet per minute, leaving the Mustang trailing at around 3,200. In a vertical duel, the 109 could rocket skyward and force its opponent into a stall. Yet once the fight leveled out, the Mustang's stability and long-range performance gave it the advantage. It could dive faster, endure more punishment, and most importantly, stay in the fight long after the 109 had to break off for fuel. For the men who flew them, statistics were only part of the story. Combat was decided in seconds, and every advantage, real or imagined, could mean survival. American Mustang pilots respected the Bf 109's ability to climb like a rocket. Many remembered how quickly a German pilot could break contact, spiraling skyward until the Mustang simply couldn't follow. Lieutenant Colonel John C. Meyer, one of the top Mustang aces, warned new pilots never to be lured into vertical duels. The 109 could always slip away or turn the tables. But German veterans told a different story. Adolf Gulland, a leading Luftwaffe ace, admitted that once the Mustang arrived in force, their situation grew desperate. At cruising altitudes, Mustangs could patrol for hours, waiting above German airfields. Pilots climbing out in their 109s often found themselves ambushed before they even reached fighting speed. Others noted that while the 109 could match or even surpass a Mustang in a climb, it lacked the fuel to stay airborne long enough to exploit that advantage. In the end, pilot skill determined outcomes, but sheer numbers and endurance tilted the battlefield toward the Mustang. By 1944, the duel between the P-51 Mustang and the Bf 109 had become less about pure performance and more about circumstance. The Bf 109 remained lethal in the hands of veterans, but Germany no longer had the luxury of deploying it in the way it was designed. Originally conceived as a short-range interceptor, the 109 excelled when it could launch, climb, and strike before retreating to refuel. Against bombers over France or during the Battle of Britain, this strategy worked. But when American bombers pushed deep into Germany, escorted by Mustangs, the old formula collapsed. A German pilot might win a duel against one Mustang, but 10 more circled above. Each climb to intercept risked ambush. Each fuel-limited sortie was met by Allied fighters that could remain in the skies for hours. By 1945, even the most advanced 109 variants were fighting a war of attrition they could not hope to win. The P-51 didn't need to outclimb the Bf-109. It only needed to stay in the fight longer, cover more ground, and ensure that when German fighters rose to meet the bombers, they were already outnumbered. In the end, the rivalry between the Mustang and the Bf-109 wasn't about which machine was better in isolation. It was about which design fit the war it was forced to fight. The Bf-109 was a masterpiece of the 1930s, endlessly upgraded but still bound by its compact frame and limited range. In 1939, it was the most advanced fighter in the world. By 1945, it was a veteran warhorse, still dangerous, but stretched beyond its original purpose. The Mustang, by contrast, arrived when the stakes were highest and the Allies most needed it. It wasn't the tighter turner, nor the faster climber, but it had the one advantage that mattered most: reach. It could follow bombers to Berlin, loiter over enemy airfields, and ensure that German fighters never had a moment's safety. When backed by Allied production might, the Mustang didn't just duel the 109, it hunted it relentlessly until Germany's skies were empty. Thus, history remembers the P-51 as the symbol of Allied air supremacy, not because it outflew the Bf-109 in every contest, but because it outlasted, outnumbered, and outmaneuvered it in the war that truly mattered. Yet the Bf-109 was only half the story. As the war dragged on, Germany introduced another rival that many Allied pilots feared even more, the Focke-Wulf FW-190. Where the 109 was nimble in the vertical, the 190 was a brawler, built for brutal firepower and savage low-altitude combat. In tight rolling fights, it could snap from side to side faster than a Mustang could follow. And at treetop level, it was a predator few wanted to face. And beyond that, looming on the horizon was something even more terrifying: the jet-powered Me-262, a glimpse of the future. In our next part, we'll see how the Mustang fared against these final, desperate weapons of the Luftwaffe.
Going by at 2 o'clock. What the hell is it?